And few of them have got into a few million interaction with an AI solutions and all that. So I'll walk maybe about what I do in general, but would like to put it like in this framework where first 5 minutes or 10 minutes I'll talk about me, what I do in general, so that you guys connect with me as such, so that you understand my mindset and thought process. The second is like 15 minutes. So I'm a CEO at Tericsoft, and we have one of the product called superengineer.ai. Basically, it's a vibe coding platform. But recently, we have pivoted towards the enterprise thing. So we work with few enterprise clientele as such. Okay. So that's a theme or a context of what I do in general. And 15-20 minutes, I would like to showcase what I do in my life, right? As what does AI assistant definition means to me, how I do automate my work or workflows. Once I define that, it will just open up the thought process for you guys. How does that look like? So I'm in the mission of right now to make an AI CEO. Basically, my job, I want to get replaced with AI. And so far, I have been successful to make my 30% of my JD to get automated. Objective for me is to get it to 70-80%. And after that, I want to make more of my time interact with the human, investing my time in relationship building, investing my time in problem discovery, investing my time in problem solving. So that is how my trajectory or a mission or vision has been there, right? So that has been the structure. So the second slot after first 5 minutes, we'll spend 15-20 minutes of what I do. Post that, I want to keep an open forum. So I want to interact with you guys and ask what problem statement you have, okay? How does your look like? Because once you see my journey, because if I ask now, probably 50% might know, 50% may not know how they want to build it, what do they want to build it, or something like that. So then I want to ask you guys what you guys want to do. Probably based on that, I believe we will have 30 to 60 to 90 minutes or whatever time is left. And again, motivation of yours. If you will try to automate one after one task, I'd like to do a live session with you guys, show if I was supposed to do, how would I have done it, right? So the problem statement, you guys are going to give it, right? I will try my best to deliver it. Subjected is like internet, my laptop first was not working. So since my AI assistant is my laptop, so we have to connect with screen. And I hope all this network supports in this geography right now. So it's very dense population here in this geography, and always Geo, Airtel, none of them works very promisingly, I will say. So that's the intent and objective, and hopefully we are there. So you treat me as if I'm part of you guys. So don't bombard me with the questions and all that. And you feel free to ask it, but in my capacity, because you guys are so much of experience as well, I'll do my best to give the best outcome from your time as well. Sounds good? Or anything? Before I just go start the session, I want to keep the conversation more connected with you all. So if I can get a pulse of the audience while I'm asking it, that will help me to make my session, whether I should be going too technical, non-technical, very nerdy or non-nerdy, although I'm a nerdy guy, so I'll try my best not to be nerdy as much I can, but still we'll learn and see what we can do. So in general, how many of you are in the career stage of like 1 to 5 years of experience? Awesome. Glad that you came. Okay. So second is anyone who is in 5 to 10 years of experience of the career? Okay. So roughly around 15-20%, 20-25% of the audience. Okay. Anyone who is into 10 to 15 years of experience? Okay. So quite diverse. And 15 to 20 years of experience? Awesome. So it's like 25, 25, 30, like equal 5, 15 and more than that, right? Like, so in general, different stage of your lives you guys are, right? But in general, one thing I can understand is like you guys have understood career and started and you are learning for it. So let's take a second pulse. How many of you are right now are already using AI? Awesome. Very good. Why are you guys here? Okay. So the second is, how many of you are doing some of your tasks, or let's put it this way, task automation with AI? Okay. How many of you are doing workflow automation with AI? What I mean with that is 2-3 tasks. Oh, great. So it looks quite mature audience. Let's put it that way. Let me put in a third pulse. How many of you are product manager or project manager aspect of it? Awesome. How many of you are engineers? Okay. So they're glad that majority of them are product manager of it. Okay. So just like randomly 2-3 people, if they can stand and say, what is the expectation from this session? So that I want to make sure we reach to your expectation, because I have 200 things to show. I want to condense my presentation to that. So any random person? Okay, yes ma'am. Okay. Awesome. Sure. Sounds good, ma'am. So, yeah, second. Got it. Sounds good. More from product, yes. Okay. Okay.
So I have something.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
So we set here.
Yeah.
We set objectives and goals, right?
Yeah.
I want to know every day, whatever I'm doing, whatever meetings I'm attending, how much of closer I'm going and achieving my goals and objectives. So is there a way to figure out?
Okay. So we use OKR framework. I'll try to condense my learning there. So yeah. Got it. Sounds good. Yeah. Yes. Sounds good. Numbers of revenue or profit? Okay. Oh, amazing. Beautiful. Sorry. Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah. I'll try my best, but yeah. Yes. Yes. Sounds good. Okay, how many of you are using Cloud Code already? Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, sounds good. Yes. Okay. So sounds good. So I'll just summarize in general, right? So one thing is, many of you guys are using Cloud Code. First and foremost thing, you guys are career mein ahead. It's not like a student or early stage career. So yes, please. Product. Okay, so I'll make students are easy to quick teach them. So what I'll do is I'll set the theme in general, but broadly what I understand is most of you guys are bit experienced, have some kinds of hands-on experience on AI. So I'm not going to invest my more time in teaching you guys what is AI and all that. So I'll invest more time in how I'm doing it. So the best way will be for me is taking few of your conversations and show what as such. So first 15-20 minutes, I'll try to spend my time in showcasing what I do in my everyday. So how I start my day, how I have automated some of the tasks, and how does the life of CEO looks like. And by the way, like I was a product manager before. So definition of product manager to me in general, any of you can relate it, is like a CEO under the hood, right? Technically if I was a product manager and the courses or the experience, what I have taken is the one-line statement was CEO under the hood, which means when we take the product, we have to look at the customers. We have to look at the design team or the user experience aspect of it. We have to look with the technical team to what need to be built and all. Sometime if you are in AI and all product and all, so you have to invest time with AI scientists or data scientist aspect of it. So you spend with business, marketing and all that. So you are in centroid. Of course, the only extra thing will be like, okay, so you need to take care of finances, some other headaches of going into the customer. Like sometimes it's more about fundraising, salaries and things like that, right? Like, so those are the things. But if you try to see 70% of your JD correlate with CEO, so probably what I'll be showcasing might be relatable to many of you guys. Okay. So now let's go directly jump, hopefully. So the first, screen is visible, right? Okay. 1 second. It's called Tericsoft, Tericsoft. Just the way influencer does in the YouTube, the marketing of the company. I'm one of CEO becomes the marketing guy. So this is my company name. We work mostly with enterprise across different domains, and primarily we help businesses in automating their task or automation as such. And the second is the product management, and most of the work will be deep engineering stuff. There are hundreds of companies, either startups who is in Y Combinator plus or private equity companies. We help them in building the whole solutions. So one quick example is like if you're traveling in Uber, sometime when you book a EV car, there will be a service provider called Lithium. And if you are traveling from any corporates like Google, Accenture, Microsoft or something, the car service provider, usually it's a Lithium. The whole tech stack, we have been building it, and we are orchestrating with AI. So they have 3,000 plus fleets and few thousand drivers. So they manage own vehicles, everything. So we help in the whole orchestration of managing this. So this is an example of 1 billion API per month we process it, just on the scale side, and very high engineering complex solutions. So we are the tech companies to deliver solutions with them as a tech partner. So this is an example what we do. So yeah, so going back to the first step, and how many of you guys use Whisper Flow? Thank you. Thode kam haath hai. Okay. So first, let me be clear. You guys can take it any cloud subscription. So if you are in cloud, I mean to say first to make any assistance, right? You need a service-based model. So I'll just take it easy for students also to follow. So you use ChatGPT, Cloud, or Gemini. It is up to you. More or less everything works very similar. I prefer Cloud because my job role demands that. But some of you guys might be okay with ChatGPT. It's fine. Please go ahead, use it. There's no restriction in that. Okay. So are we clear, right? We need one base model so that we are able to make the workflows automation as such. So under that, how many of you use a Pro version or Max version or $200 version? $20? Awesome. $100? Awesome, pro leaders. And $200? Okay. You guys need to teach me when you guys are at $200, but I'll try my best. So the first number one, I have stopped typing. The whole idea for me was, how can I be 10x productive? Let that be the sentence. Why are we building an assistance? So first and foremost thing, whenever I take a task, I ask myself, am I being a value adder? What I mean with that is, if there's a $1 work which is there, if I come, can it be $2 work? Simple. Okay. So that's a value add. I'm doing it. Maybe 50 cents, it's mine. It's mine in that share. Okay. That's how I think. And whenever I do any kind of work or task, I am questioning it every time. Am I a value adder in the system? Because to be honest, whatever probably teaching today, after 3 months, that might be irrelevant. But one thing as a value adder, as a human being, if we can continue to think about it, that's how I look at myself there. So the first and foremost thing, if I'm typing, let's say hello, I can keep typing. So it can take, you guys should do the test. My words per minutes was roughly around 40 to 50 words per minute. Okay. So first what I did was I bought a subscription. Sadly, many of the things which I'll be doing is most of the premium subscription. So it's called Whisper Flow. So I'll just say like there is a option button on my keyboard. You will see on bottom there's some waves coming in, right? That's an AI agent who is listening me right now. And when I send, it says right on bottom that there are some waves coming in. The AI agent is looking and first and foremost thing, my vocabulary is not so perfect in the grammar. Okay. So it already understands that it changes my words in very structured way. Okay. And many times what I do is if I double click on it, right? So it's just listening right now. I don't have to keep pressing and all. Sometimes if I have a 1-line, 2-line statement, I will press and speak. But when I'm talking like this, so many of the meeting conversation I do, hey, like brainstorming or conversations there, I just come press it and say, hey guys, let's talk to each other. What do you guys want, right? That is a framework as such. So as soon as I press down, it will take thing. And if you see there's a double click or double button. So this is the first and foremost thing I'll give it. So it's, if you guys want to remember like a whisper flow, because why I'm saying this is called whisper flow. So why I'm saying this is like most of my work I'll not be typing. So you guys should know what like I'm doing. Now if you see like I'm at like few days I was on vacation, so the stick got missed, but 13 days stick is there, so many words I've spoken, and it's telling that I'm at 140 words per minute. So roughly around 40 I was there. If I see 3x more productive I have become while typing. It's just a $5 per month subscription and start with free for 15-day, 20 days trial. You just try it out. And if you see there's a value in it, so I've taken 1 year subscriptions coming around $50, around something like that. I'll say it's a worth investment. It works on iPhone, it works on Android. So I don't start typing it. Now it start giving you the insight saying that like you are in top 18%. Still I'm not so productive. That's what he's trying to say. Okay. So and big thing for me was disturbing was I'm talking to AI 71% these days. And then remaining is like spending on documents, few of the tasks, personal messages, WhatsApp. So while I'm driving, now I'm just with AI and all this whispers or something like that. So it also tells like, okay, last 2 months onwards have made this assistance what I'm trying to do. So first and foremost thing, this is a whisper flow just for you guys to as a thing, what I'm doing in general. The 3 things you guys need to remember. Now I'm taking to stage 2. Now I have chosen my AI supporter or AI model was cloud. If you guys are at ChatGPT, good with it. So the reason why I've chose cloud was after Pentagon thing, they have refused not to give data, went into little bit ethical route that has actually made me comfortable going and sharing my data with them, honestly. Whereas ChatGPT on the Sam Altman thing, it's been changing every quarter, his positioning. So I'm not trusting tomorrow if he comes with any other business model. And so I'm not comfortable. That's my personal take, but you guys can take it. Now there are 3 things you guys need to know. There's something called cloud on mobile. It will have its own experience. Cloud on desktop, which you see. And there is something called cloud cowork or cloud desktop app. Let's put it this way. Okay. So let's take 3 of it because there is something called skill.md. How many of you guys know about skill.md? Awesome. So again, what happened is with this skill.md and all that, sometimes the file sharing and all, it's limited to your device. It sits in your phone, it sits in your laptop, so sometimes what happens is like when you are in different devices, you have to see and understand and experience where it is some of your file exchanges are happening properly or not. So it just caveat there. So number 1, in general, I use cloud in 4 interaction touch point. I use cloud in desktop while I'm just doing more like a ChatGPT experience. I use on phone. While I'm driving, I'm in like 1 hour session with my assistants. Tell me what was the meeting updates, what was this, you remember we've spoken about that proposal, all of that. The third is cloud desktop. It is like a co-work and all that. And the fourth use case is about cloud code. So this is a terminal version of cloud. This is actually a experience. It's basically, it's not clear, but imagine it's like a terminal in which AI is sitting. I've stopped coding for more than 12 years now. So my experience to coding has just again came back with this thing. But I have been an architect, I have been in the product management role. So I do understand what the work looks like. So I started, what I used to give the prompt or conversation with an engineer, now I'm doing with this. So let's take one after one. The first foremost thing is, there is something called connectors. How many of you guys know connectors? Awesome. So there is, if you come under the cloud, there's something called customize. This is also there with most of the other models, ChatGPT and all. So I have connectors, and this on above you will see skills. So I have connected my job role as such. I'll give you my day how it looked like. Morning I do workout, running. And when I'm doing a workout or mostly walking, most of the time I put the podcast, I just keep studying and all that. Post that, my stand-up starts, breakfast, stand-ups and all that. So earlier what we used to do is in the stand-ups, either we will be using ClickUp, Jira, sometime it is this. So we use right now a tool called Rome Research. Anyone of you guys know called Rome Research? Okay, so this is a nerdy tool used by researchers for citation. So there is some Zeta-Kaslian method, anyone of you guys know? Okay, so there was a, like 100, 200 years back, there was a scientist or the expert called Zeta-Kaslian, and he wrote like hundreds of books in a month. And people started understanding, like, not in month, but in very short time period. And when they were trying to understand how he wrote the book, so when he read a book, he cited it. So he said that, okay, this is a quote, I would like to store it. So he built a box. And under the box, he used to say that, okay, this is related to product management. Let me put the small note inside the product management. Okay, this guy is like, okay, so XYZ, Abraham Lincoln told this quotation and so thing. It belongs to politics. Let me put it in the section. So when he goes inside it, it's a library which he has created for himself. So if ever he wanted to go and ask any question on the science, he will go in the science room, then physics, and then under the physics, or let's say biology, then under the heart, if you want to ask some question, so he has that section. So he just made a drawer. Now, if someone comes and asks him, like, can you write a book on how does reciprocation work or XYZ, like any kind of a specific topic, if someone gives them, like, can you talk about rocket? So he can write a book, like, literally. So same concept on which there's a digital product called Rome Research. It's a second brain, which means in our organization, 7-8 years, my other co-founder CTO, he has wrote this. So basically, every conversation we do, it sits inside the Rome Research in the citation format. So for example, Abdul is sitting right now. He was in lemon tree. So if I have to say that lemon tree mein kitne baar mein gaya, so it will go and thread that. BD stand-up, it has happened. What was the conversation? So what happened is like I will have a conversation with marketing team. I'll say that, okay, I'll inform the sales team, but there's a to-do there. When I go to the sales team, I'll just select like, hey, there are 3 dependency with you. So that's how it is, but I'll see if I'll show you. Think like this is a Rome Research and different database. So yeah, let's take, this is like a BD. By the way, Diksha is here from my business development team. So this is a BD thing, and it will say like a graph overview. So it's like this is a brain, okay? So you can see like, okay, under the BD stand-up, there was a connection with so-and-so date, so-and-so person, so-and-so task, all of it. And if I can keep zooming in, right, it just take to the connections and all that. So it's like literally a brain and connection. And I'll highly recommend, many of you guys might be using Notion or maybe some OneNote or some Confluence or something. Try to see your documentation system is consolidation format. Feel free to use, because each person is different, each culture is different, but we have used and cited this in this format. Okay, so let's go back. So this, so what in general, what I was trying to say, and second is like I have used Read AI. If you notice in my current meetings, there's a AI bot who is using. I will say like, how many of you guys spend 70-80% of your time in meetings? Most of yours, and especially when you go in the leadership role, right? 70-80% of our time is in meetings. And what happened after the meeting? We don't do the takeaways of the meeting. If we have the task of it, honestly, first and foremost, at least we use Rome research and all that, but each person is different. Not everyone is writing the takeaways, meeting notes, minutes of the meeting and all that. The first thing what I did was, so please use, take this subscription, highly recommended. Use Read AI, Firefly, NoteMaker. There are so many tools right now, whichever is cheap and best based on your organization. I use Read and AI. It helps literally keeping the context and all that, and it has an MCP connector. So going back to assistance role, right? So I have connected my Read AI, and you see under this, there's something called custom. Okay. So many times, when you are, let's say you are going and taking a plugin connector, how many of you use Google Sheet or something? Awesome. So now, for example, if you're typing it, you might see Google Drive, Google Sheet, and some of those things. By chance, something is not available, go and search. There are 3 ways to do it. Go and search for the API key. 80%, 70% of the products will be there. If it is not there, don't buy the subscription, honestly, because the future is headless. Salesforce has announced their product to be headless, if you guys know, right? So the whole idea, which means CLI thing, which we'll be doing in cloud code, that is how the future of the products will be there. So for example, I have been in the Razorpay session in somewhere in January, February. How many of you have seen agentic commerce thing? Oh, awesome. So I'll just say, like, in general, it's a voice conversation agent. You can go to the cloud or any other assistants. You say that, hey, can you get me a Zomato, say, like any food, samosa or chai? It will just search nearby chai point, and it will say that, okay, I see that you have connected, right? You have connected your Zomato with it or something. To 250 rupees chai is there. It's coming from Starbucks or Chai Point or something. Are you saying yes? Yes, please proceed. It's connected with your UPI. You have given the mandate, like the loan mandate or something you give, right? You have given the 5,000 rupees or 500 rupees or 1,000 rupees mandate to that product, Zomato. It will just go on your wallet and deduct your money and come back. So you have not opened Zomato. You have done everything headless, right? Which means CLI, which means API se baat kar rahe ho aap. You are not going to use the app in future. So if there's no UI coming in, and there's a rumor saying that like OpenAI next, they are going to launch a phone without any apps. And if that is the future, very soon all the products will get into CLI format, which theoretically means all of the apps probably will be with the connectors. So just caveat there. So what I did was I connected all my system with whatever so most of them. So this is like a Apollo. How many of you guys know Apollo? Awesome. So Apollo or Clay are used for market research activity. So I'll give an example, and this is working really magically, I'll say. Let's say I'm meeting someone right now, and I recently, like 1 week back, I went and meet one very senior CTO, VP of engineering kind of a person. And I said, like, I asked AI and given that name and the company name. Okay, Abdul from Tericsoft. Just tell me what should I be pitching. And I'm meeting him at 3 p.m. And I was at his reception at 2:55 to 2:56. I've not prepared for the meeting. And most of you guys will be like that, right? I just told to the AI, can you help me with this particular person? So and it went to the Apollo, Clay, to the website, internet, given me exact pitch what I should be doing it. What you should not be selling, because you have so many offerings, you don't focus. This guy is technical, so talk more with the technical analysis of yours. Don't go non-technical business outcome discussion. And I just did that. It was so powerful. And in that meeting, I just took that pointers only, and it came out to be very good conversation. He said, like, let's meet again. So this is how I'm using it in my thing in general, right? So these are the other things. Appify. Appify is a scraper. What it does is, like, if you want to go and look at the LinkedIn, socials, Facebook and all that. So this is a community driven, at least if I'm not wrong, 100,000 plus integration has been done. So if you integrate with Appify, and if you just prompt, most likely if there's a connector inside someone who has done it, it is like a scraper. What it means is like, it is in simple words. Let's say every day morning you're going to Jira, updating the tickets, taking the stories, putting in the email, submitting it. For that, you might need 3 connectors, right? You might need Jira, you might need email and all that. Appify, what it does is behind the scenes connect all of them and give it to you. So some of those tools are not easily available. So that, or connectors are not available. So you can explore the Appify connector as such. But these are my Microsoft, we don't use Google, so we use Microsoft, so I've connected my. So let's say I'll start with saying that like, can you give me a BD stand-up summary from last 3 days and what are the key takeaways I should be working on, right? So recently I think you were asking me, right? I'm starting my day, what should the task I should be doing it? So this is where my Read AI has been going into all the meetings. So which means my AI assistant is there, notes are getting transcribed. So it's going to my emails, it's going to my Read AI, analyzing it, coming back, and it's going to give it, it will take few minutes, and if internet and everything is fine. So in 5 minutes, we'll have that answer or conversation. So you guys, like he thinks that, okay, there are BD threads, there is a do better meeting with so-and-so thread. So this is like now many stand-ups I don't attend. And I guess many of you guys will be on like 3 days leave and you cannot attend those meetings because you were busy with some customer or something like that. Now this AI just goes and I just tell them like, I ask my AI, give me what is the summary of this meeting? And sometimes I have to, and then what I've done is the automation to roam research. So I've asked one of my agent to go to my recording every day, let's say 9 a.m., scrape the whole thing, put it into roam research, make the to-do task, go to the Airtable, because we use Airtable for many of our, it's like a Google Sheet. We use the Excel sheet kind of a framework to get most of the data. So we'll take one of the use cases, right? So this is like one, I'll just recap. And if you guys are taking notes, whisper flow for removing your typing. Second, connect the connectors. Second is like choose any models, any assistant models. Go with ChatGPT, go with Cloud, do anything. Third, do with connectors, right? Connect your email, connect your Gmail, connect your thing, and bring that workflow. So Read AI has one more feature. So many times what happens is like I'm not with my laptop. So it has a phone under which I can start the meeting as such. So I can go start the meeting, I keep it on table. Hey guys, we are having the session. I'm recording this meeting notes. So this is the thing. Many times clients are not comfortable, especially in the enterprise, when I work with those customers. So they are not comfortable and I want to be ethical with them. I don't want to record. I don't want to bring the Read AI. They'll kick me out. As soon as they will see the bot, they'll kick the bot out. So that's fine. So what I do is after the meeting, literally in the 5 minutes, I will start talking to AI agent saying that, hey, this was a meeting, this was a conversation. Please store it in your memory, store it in Airtable, store it in Roam, store it in your different data sources, right? So now this is one of our enterprise client. We just won a bid for it. It given the Q&A. What could have been better? So there's different meetings and conversations. So these are like straightforward 4 or 5 tasks which I should be doing second half of my day and getting it done. So this is like an example of meeting notes. Yes, please. Yeah. Yeah. So I'll come to that. I'll give you an example. I was in one of the, I'll say, world's top 10 FMCG company. That's good enough to keep it anonymous of the company name. So with that company, I was meeting their senior leadership team. So think like 2nd level, 3rd level to the CXOs of the world, right? Now I have a meeting with them, 1 hour session with them. Either you would have taken pen, paper notes or you have not taken any notes. So what I do is I came here, I'll either go to my notes. There are 2 ways to do. So I'll go to the notes. This was a meeting notes for me. So they were like very shitty. I'll write it down. I press this whisper flow. Me and my friend after the meeting, we said brainstorm it. What did he say? Oh, he want this. No, he appreciated this. This was not the appreciation. So we both were talking and just sharing our memory, because that was a fresh memory, right? So I put that memory inside some document like this, right? Simple. You just take the note app, Whisper Flow laga do, on phone, web app, anything. Just go, have a conversation and make that notes capture. After that, I'm forgetting it. I'm relaxing my brain, because I have many meetings, I try to retain the memory. So this time I did not retain the memory. I mean, I have to send a proposal yesterday. So I just went this and give it to Claude. Claude was, oh, you have made a one PowerPoint presentation other day. Oh, you have 20 meetings before that. Oh, you have that previous notes. Let me consolidate. Oh, these are the fresh notes. Let me add that. Oh, you want to make a proposal. Let me make that for you. So we'll make those activities. So I think 80% of your life will also be in documents as you go. So we'll do those automation. But like the answer to your question, what I did was started Whisper after the meeting, had a chat, documented it. So they don't mind if it's in your brain, then you translate. So they don't mind. So in theory, it did the same purpose of Read AI being in the meeting or after the meeting. So it's just the same. But the only caveat here is like we have to make sure it is within 15-20 minutes after the meeting. Otherwise, we will lose out the true value of that meetings and all that. Because after yesterday I was asking AI only tell me what happened in 2 weeks back meeting, and it's given me that after taking those notes. And this thing changes. And you make small changes, correction here and that, so it won't be 100% accurate, but it's good enough to start with. So yeah, so now the second thing is like on this, let's go a next level. So how many of you guys are using Cowork? Okay, then glad that I have something more to share. But there's before I close this, right, there's something called skills. In future, we are going to tell one person to another person, can you share me your skills? What it means is like you can put your workflows. I'll give an example. Again, some are the standard, these are the public, but if I go to my Chrome browser or something, or my phone or something, different skill format will, you have to keep sharing, exchanging the files. But what I'll do is like go to Tericsoft website, understand brand guidelines, or this is a brand guidelines book. Please read it. Remember in your one of the skill.md. So whenever I make a proposal or a document sharing with so-and-so customer, please use brand guidelines every time. This is the instruction I given. So next time I don't have to teach AI what to be remember. Okay? Are you guys following with this? Okay? So this is MD means markdown file. And under the skill.md, here you can come and say that this is my personal, let's say, you can also browse some of the skills. Like if you're a writer, if you're a developer, you're an engineer, you can bring those skill.md, which means domain knowledge of that person will be captured. Okay? If you bring some medical thing of this, it will happen to that. But let's go back to our own thing. So I'll say that, hey, create a Claude MD. So this is where you can start chatting it with it, and it will become just like a simple text file. Let me see if I have to show. Okay, this is a Tericsoft workspace. Let me see, edit details. Okay, this is how the MD file will look like. It's tell like, okay, Tericsoft is AI first, outcome driven business model. So we don't tell that we are making a mobile app. I'll tell like I'm going to get you 20% profitability. So we always talk in outcome because the technology is commodity. So we just keep using those tools to get the outcome. So we just always look at that format. So this is how like in framework of this, it's helping in general. So it just remember in the nothing but the memory format, but whenever I call that particular workspace of connector, it will be there. So I'll just go to little bit advanced layer now. So far you guys are following, right? It's easy. I think you can literally from today, tomorrow, you should be doing it. And now let's go to the Cowork. This is very powerful. This is nothing but the agent when we say in simple words, right? So let me do there's something called dispatch. How many of you have used dispatch? Awesome. So the dispatch is nothing but, it is like I have done an OpenClaw. How many of you know OpenClaw? Okay. Let me bring it down then. So there is you can buy a computer. What I do is like I have a small mini, Mac mini kind of a thing. You buy a computer or you can rent it from internet. You install all this workflow, which means this is 24/7, your computer is awake. Okay, are we clear till here? Virtual machine created, setting ideal 24/7. Now I can install all the softwares. WhatsApp bot. What I mean, WhatsApp means open the Chrome, scan your QR code, WhatsApp is on ready, right? WhatsApp is ready. Connect your Google Chrome. Log in all your software, Slack, this, that. Okay, are we clear till here? Now dispatch, what I'm going to do is, I'll tell the dispatch, this is a common use case which I do. We have a PowerPoint presentation. We want to make changes into the PowerPoint presentation. This is very common edits. So I'm driving right now. I cannot open my laptop. I cannot do that. But my system is connected with the internet. Are we clear there? Imagine I was calling one of my colleagues and telling that, hey, can you open that file, make the changes in that PDF, send me the screenshot or send me the file. Simple use case, right? So what this dispatch does is, it's sitting on my computer, an AI agent is sitting on my computer, can do any task now. So for example, came to dispatch and created a task. Most of the product management job role is about like researching, market research, right? This is a product, who is a competitor, what should be the pricing, how should we do it? That's the most of our job. What we'll do, we'll open the Chrome, we'll open search, we'll take the Word document, then we'll make the PowerPoint presentation, you'll go to the management, tell that, okay, this is a competitor. This is how the journey looks like. Now, this is where, when this was happening, there was a brain thinking. Second, we opened the Chrome, we went to 10 websites, did the research, put them in Excel sheet or into Word document, bring down the research, consolidated the research, and finally finish it, right? This is most of the job. It can be Jira, it can be anything. Now I'm just giving an example of market research for you. So like, can you do a market research on Salesforce and who are their core competitors and what should I be, when should I be using this service? And I want to decide in terms of competition, in terms of pricing, and my majority use case is in CRM workflows. Okay, this will take longer time, so now what I did was, now I opened the computer, I given the task. Imagine I'm calling my colleague, giving the task. Are we on page here? Now, in fact, I can do one thing. Let me do this. One more thing, when you take it in my laptop in particular folder and make a Word document file, bring all the research notes in that Word document for me. So are you guys following here? Dispatch is you think like an AI agent who is smart enough and has access to your computer, all the files, all the apps, every familiar way. No, I have not created it. It's a cloud code by default it gives. So what I'm trying to do is like, I'm not bringing my complexity here. I'll probably in last few minutes, I'll try to bring my technical stuff. But it just giving you guys what the tools are there in the market and how to use it. I'm just taking it to the step 2. I want all of you guys tomorrow to start using it. Okay, are we familiar with? So I can do that as well. So I can open the mobile cloud. Inside there will be a call cowork or something like that. And I'll see the option called dispatch. I can do it. So when I say to my dispatch, it is connected to this laptop right now. So this has an option to be awake. So when I have installed the cloud, so by the way, this only works in cloud desktop app. Okay, it will not work on Chrome. So under that desktop app, I have given all the permission. I'm a shameless guy. So I did all the permission, given access to all my files, almost whatever is there I have given to him. Now it's coming and asking like, hey, this is for whom? Is this for mid-market? Is this for SMB? Okay, let's do this. It's asking me, this is for marketing automation, sales pipeline, forecasting, because I was in customer service specifically. So I'm just asking it, right? An executive summary and all that, just go. And like, on where should I save this file? Do it on desktop, document, or downloads? Let's do it in downloads. Now it has taken all the instruction. So like dispatch right now is an AI agent. Cloud is now talking to my computer at literally bottom layer. What it means is it's talking to a CLI layer, terminal layer. So now it's talking to terminal layer and it can do anything now, right? It can go to any folder. I've given all the access by the way. So it can go to any folder, it can go to any app, do all these things. So PowerPoint, if I have it in my laptop, it will go to the PowerPoint, literally create a new file, create all things for me and save the file. And if I tell it, like when I'm in mobile, my laptop is in like 30 kilometers away, I can tell him like, can you take the screenshot after making the presentation and send me those screenshots? So I know that how it look like. Or else you can send me the file on my phone. So I open it and see that how the presentation look like. On real world, I have used this for PowerPoint presentation. Yes. Yeah. Awesome. Yes. Yeah. So this is a very important question, and how I do it, I'll tell you. So your question is, how confident are you to give access to the AI model? Number one. Number two, any guardrails. Number two, these models can do any random stuff on your laptop or anything. How are you protecting it? There are two things. First and foremost thing, I try to use the use case where there's a write access. Okay. Let's say if there's a read access, can you go to the email? Give me the summary. Don't draft an email and send it. There's a two, write access, read access. With read access, I'm 100% confident, and if he does shit also, I'm okay with it. For the write access, I'm very precise with my access. So what I'll do is, I'll create one more Google Drive folder. I'll create one more computer. I'll give one more things. So when I do those workflows of creating it, it just helps me to that, okay, I'm precise. I'll give an example with Airtable, what I've done. So what I created was, Airtable is nothing but the Excel sheet, Google sheet kind of thing. So I told that, okay, use only this Google sheet and make the changes in that. That's it. I'm never given the access, number one. Number two, I'm giving the instruction very clear that do it. And even if it pollutes that particular file, it's fine to me because my core workflows is not getting affected. Once I'm happy with that output, then I manually, that is where I'm little bit humanly, I'm doing it. Honestly, I will say like, it depends on how you prompt it, but 9 out of 10 times, it's quite accurate and I'm getting confident every day to use those kind of things. So probably after 6 months, 1 year later, I will give complete access and get things done. But I'm just saying this is what my journey looks like. Happy to give you more details as well. So now it has created the file. Now it was asking the permission. Do you want to give that file folder access? So good thing about Cloud Code, OpenClaw is also doing same thing, by the way. OpenClaw does the same thing. But with OpenClaw, it is on Linux and open source version. It has a more freedom to do. Whereas this Cloud, it has been restricted with hundreds of guardrails. So by default, the security and protection is in place. So OpenClaw, I'll use it for like experimentation. But when it comes to the work kind of a thing, I prefer going on Cloud thing. But I guess everyone is now familiar with dispatch, right? Perfect. So I can, in the prompt only, I can say that, hey, don't ask me any question, just. Yes. So short answer, yes. I have exhausted the credit and I'm a pro user, you can see that. So you have to recharge, nothing else. No, earlier I was adding credits. Then I said, okay, let me take $100 plan. Then I'm very close to $200 plan. So yeah. But when I'm using in the coding activity, right? Those are higher sessions. But while this is doing, right, we'll come after 5 minutes and see what it has done. But I hope dispatch is familiar to you guys. So while this is happening on my computer, there are so many other stuff you can do it. The co-work is nothing but your assistants in your laptop trying to do all the tasks what you can do it. Now imagine if this is a future, and if this is, that's where the rumors are like OpenAI is coming with no app phone. It will be a screen where you can see the movies, but you will talk to them, hey, just show me the movie from the Netflix, or no need to mention on Netflix. Show me the movie of so and so, maybe like Pawan Kalyan movie, just show it to me, and it will ask, okay, which movie? Last 3 months pehle kuch aaya tha with so and so heroine. Oh, that's a thing, and just it'll go understand. Oh, it's there in the Amazon Prime, it's in Netflix Prime or Netflix or whatever. It will just come and play the movie for you, so you don't have to go search and all that. That's how the world will look like. Now, as a product manager, we have to think about new experiences. Yeah. 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 Correct. Correct. So, yeah. So yeah. So the three things. I'll just repeat your question for a broad audience. You have been using Microsoft Copilot. It does PowerPoint presentation, a lot of this tasks inbuilt. The only thing is the model I'm not confidence. So when I give the presentation request to cloud, it makes so accurate. It's better than me, to be honest. He impresses me than me impressing to the AI. The Copilot somewhere I'm not, but I still use Copilot. We use Microsoft products as well. But for example, many of the areas they give the read access, don't give the write access to talk with. So what I do is like prompt in cloud, take that and paste it in Copilot, and Copilot with. For example, calendar invite if I have to do. And if my system was not connected or something, I'm doing on a Chrome browser or something, then I'll ask, give me the prompt here, I'll just go to the Copilot, paste it. So those are the use cases that we, but broadly, yes, as I was starting with that, you can use any models. Okay, so let's do it. So now, yeah. So you give your access to your email, phone number, WhatsApp, over. so you don't. One session. There was a camera which was recording, so I was not showing this.
I think let's connect over coffee. So we won't let Abdul go and leave the floor. Before that, we want to talk about day 2 because Pinkesh is over here. He has come from San Francisco. So he's a CEO for Delight Loops, and specifically for this Convergence he has come. So he
on this call center or phone number, there'll be AI receptionist who will take the requirement, schedule the book and appointment with that particular patient, and understand doctor's schedule, and it will send the payment link. This is an app or a AI agent I need to make, and the idea here is help me with making a proposal. I think this can be done with 2 engineers with 12 lakh rupees. Can you make a proposal for me as such? And if you need any questions, please ask further. So this is just a brief, right? This is how the human will be talking, right? And I can say that use our Tericsoft proposal template, whatever I have structurized before for other companies. So keep that design theme and experience as such. Right. It might done some transcript translation issue, especially last word if I press the key fast. So sometimes the spelling can go up and down, but more or less it will does the thing. So that's exactly your point, right? So I have trained it for PowerPoint presentation. Again, we have a product called Super Engineer, follows green color theme. So Tericsoft follows blue color theme. So I have given the brand guidelines, structure, instruction, framework. It should start with problem. It should be starting with solution. It should show some case study relevant from our company's website and all that. Give me that particular framework, right? So I have done that for proposals, or I will say like more like a PowerPoint presentation. Anytime the customer will say, I'll give the read access or notes of my meetings, and it will just go understand, okay, this is what exactly the intent is, your company does this, you have been doing this 500 times, so just understand workflow. That's it. So, yeah, right. So let's say you don't have it. Let's start with that. So let's say I don't have it for a certain thing. I'll just say that I don't have it. You be the expert of it. Come it in. It'll give you the first draft. Then you say that, hey, make those changes and all that. So you need a second, third iteration, but it does that particular. Okay. So this is clear, right? Now it analyzing that Hindi, English, multi-language, whatever. You take the best decision and give it to me as a proposal. Okay. Now okay, I'll do that. So yeah, but just on this thing, let's go back to dispatch, cowork, dispatch. Going to Salesforce market research. It came with the document. Show it in folders. So today 3:55 p.m. So it came with the market research report, executive summary. At a glance, what does it do? So I'll just, for the back, it analyze things. What is the strength, weaknesses, and blah, blah, blah. Zendesk is the alternative. Maybe Anil can, who's from Salesforce, can tell that, okay, is it a competitor or not? Freshwork, HubSpot, Zodesk, Microsoft Dynamics. So these are like a thing. And what is the pricing references? Imagine we were doing this in old school format, right? How much time it takes? Oh. Yeah. Honestly, no. For that, there's another tool called another tool called Paperclip. You know about? Okay. So Paperclip is like a one-man, one company. So what you can do is like it's in early stage, and everything was in early stage. LLM was in early stage. Today it's very mature. So imagine after 6 months, Paperclip will be the next big thing going on. So in short, their vision and thing is like a AI with 1% team. So in nutshell, let me show you the diagram. Oh, this is a good one. So let's say if you want to build like in short, you make an AI CEO, you make an AI CTO, AI marketing guy. You just orchestrate all the agents. Okay, so it was doing a marketing research, right? But after market research, maybe you want to give it to the marketing team and give the Canva connector. Canva has a connector. So connector, ask him to make the post design, connect with your LinkedIn, make the prompt and submit it. So it does all those workflow, right? So if you give that to dispatch, it will happen. But in your question was within $1, if I want to do it, how to do it? So this one has that concept where it says like OKR framework or the goals framework, like make $2 million ARR with note making app, ship features, deploy everything. So you're telling AI, get me $1 million and come back. That's how the future vision they are dreaming for. So this it does, and it has an like content writer, SEO and things like that. It has a concept of giving the budget, what you were talking about. So as an AI CEO to the cloud API, I'm giving you a budget of $60. For CMO OpenClaw, I'm giving a budget of $40. So net, please get me $1 million with $240 budget. So that's how it has been structured. Now it is going in for CEO, it is using cloud. You can now, it's a validation that I'm using cloud is because of the AI CEO. But like if you were maybe a marketing guy, you might be using cloud. If you're a CTO, you might be using cloud code or cursor kind of a thing. So these are like stages, okay? So this is how you can orchestra the hundreds of AI agents. What we were doing dispatch, you can make it as and give the budget to the API, not to that particular company. So with my experience, I can say you that I was using API and I have spent $50 to maybe doing something like dispatch kind of a thing, writing a document or something. But when I use Cloud Code, it has with $100 subscription, you can get 200 such documents. So behind the scenes, either they are burning the money, which is true, Second is I'm getting cheaper service with the solution. So if you buy a $100 subscription and you use Cloud Code and connect your cloud account, you have the $100 per monthly and you can bombard them. If they don't have the credit, they will tell you that wait for 4 hours or something like that. So, but yeah, don't worry on the, if you take a premium $100, $200 subscription, it's good enough for most of the job. Right. But are we clear, right? Dispatch thing, right? Many of your AI agent workflows, 200 apps, conversation, you think like, what you do? You open your laptop, you go to 10 apps, interact, dispatch is doing same thing for you, right? And you run this laptop in cloud over, which means like there's a worker or a intern who is sitting doing everything for you. Are we clear to here? So now let's take a next level thing. Most of the time as a product manager, biggest problem is ICP. Agree? Identifying ICP. Number 2, identifying their intent. Are they have budget or not? Number 3, whom should I reach out in that ICP? Correct? And how should I reach out to them? These are the thing. So let's take an example. Like I was giving example, like I'm working with a company in ATMS space, like employee transport management system space. Now I have a really good case study. I have a very good experience in that space. And I want to look for the companies who are in that space and tell me who can be my potential customers, who should I be pitching it. There are 8 billion or 9 billion population, whatever is recorded, I believe. So that out of which who is my customer, I don't know, honestly. But that's how the AI agent. So what I know this, let's go to a little bit technical nerdy stuff. So you can do with dispatch, by the way, okay? You can do it with traditional cloud, but some of you guys were asking, can you go a little bit nerdy and all? So I'm just taking the Cloud Code example here. So Cloud Code is nothing but running your model on terminal, okay? We were using Chrome browser, which most of you guys ChatGPT वगैरह use कर रहे होगे. Second is I've used desktop application, given the cowork or dispatch kind of thing, which is still easy. Non-technical people can still use it. Now, if you're a coder or nerdy guy, or it's not so that I'm not a coder by nature. So it's something called terminal. Terminal is nothing but like a CLI, command line interface. So in Microsoft Windows products, you will have it, and also in your Cloud Code. So the way it is like I have turned on the session. So it's like I'll say like exit. Okay, so this is like a just if I was make it like a clear kind of thing. This is how terminal will come. Now I know many of you guys are not able to see it. Let me see if I. Oh, good enough. So this is my MacBook. So this is a command line. So when you go to Cloud Code, just go on the internet and all, search for the Cloud Code. Cloud Code, when I say code, not cloud, Cloud Code. So Cloud Code, you will see the terminal stuff and all that. Take that terminals, paste it, it will install the application. You don't know what it's doing, honestly. It will go hundreds of packages, it will go install in your laptops. So now Cloud Code has been there. Second thing, it will ask you to log in. So once you log in, it will go to ask you like, hey, shall I open the terminal? You just go traditionally the way you go and log in to Gmail or something, just log in. Now your Cloud Code is connected with your subscription or a model, okay? So you just have to type this terminal. To be honest, I don't remember. I just keep type up, slash, this is the Cloud command or something. As soon as I put, what it will do is, in my laptop, it will start asking, shall I access this project or something and all. I'll say yes, which I do. Now this is a Cloud Code. Okay, so this is a Cloud Code terminal access. Right now it says that Opus model it is using, which is the smartest model as such. Number 2, it has, so now I can say that anything. Now it's nothing but the text command, text box, whatever was there, right? It is this right now. Again, I'll press it. Hey, can you, you know my access to the A table, right? And there is something called Abdul automation. And we have already done some market research on the ICP. Can you just go on the internet and look at, are there any more ICPs for ATMS business model in the internet? And just see the company which are having a revenue of more than maybe 50 crores of rupees. And ask me any questions before you apply. Why I do this, ask me anything before you do, right? Why I do is like the sessions goes half an hour, 15 minutes, and after that you get disappointed. So if you know that did AI understood your conversation properly or not, so those are the areas. Okay. So now it's saying that, hey, looks like your login system is not there. So I'll just say that login. It's telling that /login karo. So I'm just logging it. It's asking me like you want to use Anthropic console, which is like an API format, where you can do the $1, $2 control, or you want to use the subscription. I'll say go with subscription. It will opening up the like URL as such. I'm giving the authorization to my model subscription. Now it's going back successful. Perfect. So it's entered. So it's now login. Now I'll just say like do this task. So this is where it's going to do Cloud AI table search command line. So it's thoda nerdy, but it does all the traditional stuff. So I'll give an example what it means. It will go on the internet, start looking for those kind of a company, start going on traction, this, that, and all that. There I will prefer Perplexity because Perplexity has a good search indexing system, or Gemini there. But it does decent work for me. So when I say yes, means for all my command, now it's yes to it. So basically, let's go. So this is the structure or result you will get. So this is like 8. This was a very exciting thing for me. So like, these are my customers already there, like a thing. And let me, so it tells like geography. So ma'am was asking how to make money, right? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Which company, ma'am? Awesome. You are my potential ICP. Okay. Yes. So imagine one of the things which we do it with lithium and all that. The first is the recruitment stage. You have a call center, you will call the drivers, please can you come and join. So what we did was AI agent started giving a calls to all the directory. You will have thousands of drivers' phone number. Telugu, Hindi, all that languages, it will go, started having a conversation. That's the number one use case, AI. So call center can be replaced or can be assisted.
But when you talk about employee safety,
yeah,
the KYC is not detailed. Yeah. It's a cloud masked. Details are masked.
Correct.
You're not supposed to call to the employee. Yes. Your employees are not supposed to see the numbers. The drivers are not supposed to see the numbers.
Correct.
How does that safeguard all this?
So I'm not talking about that. So I was talking about business problem was, I'm a service provider. I need thousands of drivers. I want to recruit. I do cold calling today. So that piece we automated within AI.
Okay, putting you in trouble, but you have 26 compliances when it comes to drivers.
So you can.
So on a call, you can't do that. So what I'm trying to find out, because you picked up this product, because it's vast, too vast, quite a revenue intensive project.
Yeah.
You get big money there.
Yes.
But otherwise, what I'm asking is, because there's a big thing in your corporate real estate, the major chunk of money goes to transport management.
Right.
Right? Not even travels, transport management.
Right.
So when AI is an enabler there, already you have the technology. You have Move and Sync is one of the best ones in the industry.
Right.
Okay. What is that additionally? Because lithium, I know, I have visited their factory or site also in Bangalore.
Right.
So what is that additionally that AI is an enabler? That is your differentiator. That's what I'm trying to ask.
So honestly, like there are 2-3 IPs I cannot speak about. Otherwise, you'll come say 20 more compliances questions. So let me not answer those pointers. But I can tell you, like, imagine an AI CEO, imagine AI city head, right? They have access to certain data of their fleets. They have access to certain data of drivers. They get 20 trips to do. If that trips is not happening, gali ando driver ko kaam karo. That's our structure. Now imagine city head, 10,000 vehicles are there. He need to handle it. How he will be handling it? It's highly impossible. If AI can analyze and tell that, hey, these are the 5,000 vehicles and 2,000 fleets and this 20 accident has happened, this is an immediate action you should be doing. So that's a AI. What we do is, in general, is connect with billions of API, literally 1 month billions of API requests goes. We analyze it, process it, and give those exact intelligent insights to the right person to act on it. It's like an assistance. So that's a use case of AI. But I can talk about 100 other things. Yeah, no, knock system. So, no, honestly, to be honest, there are, as you likely said, right, some places we don't touch the employees there. We cannot do it. And honestly, we don't have access to it. Exactly. This is a business is about operation. So, yes, exactly. So, now this example, right? Now revenue hai, kya hai, and all that. And it shows me like, okay, these are like recommended step. You can like, this can be a priority fix. I can meet and talk to these folks, right? So now this is like, it, when I click on it, it's tell me exactly like who should I be talking to. Go and talk to MD. So this is, he's a decision maker and all. So I connected with him. I'm now supposed to get a call. So this is how most of your market research or identifying your customers can be the use case as such. But now going back to your question, right? I'm not giving access to the other A table access. So if you under the A table, there is a builder profile, and under the builder profile, I have not given access to read access. I've only given, not write access. Only for this, if you see Abdul automation or something will be there. On that, I have given the write access. So those API are by default, when I give the permission, I'm giving them read access or write access and all that. Now this is now more like a CEO role. I'll come back. So there are like hundreds of things which are happening. So let me, perfect. So this is like a BD and marketing, Abdul automation, finance tracker, BD, marketing, again HR, different categories. Some will carry the salary, some will carry operation work, inventory, recruitment and all. So most of us, if you are a CEO, you will take care of hundreds of departments, and one department you don't want other department to mess up, and you want a subjected information to translate between the two things. So this is how I have given like access to certain things. Now here I'll be a little bit careful what I want to give access to the AI and what I don't want to, because it comes to the sensitivity. So what I do in those scenarios is create the applications, profitability specs. I'll come to that as well. So now this is exactly like, it will analyze, it will go do, it will add few more to market research data and all that, right? So let's go to the next step. So are we guys following it? Just, do you want me to recap? We'll come to the money part now. So, because it's important for you to have a foundation properly. So the first and foremost thing is, how much time do we have? Like more? We have time, right? Okay, perfect. Okay. So first is, we have choose the right model, right? We have done the whisper flow, the typing is easy. We went into connectors. We have seen a concept of MD files, which can define your workflows. Workflows are extremely important, guys, because when you connect with this model, then you want to, for example, Rome research example I told, right? Read.ai should read it, go do it and all that. I'll add one more thing to that. You want a schedule. Every 9 p.m. we want this task to be done. Go on internet every morning 9 a.m., look at my customers or look at my LinkedIn profile, tell me who is person like ma'am who has joined the company is in ETMS space, connect them, right? That might be my use case. So here you have a concept called schedules. So there I was earlier using for market research ChatGPT, and I have scheduled some of the tasks. But I can come here and say that, hey, like every morning 9 a.m., go on the internet, pollute it, come back with the information, put it in my Excel sheet, or summarize the thing, send it to me on email, WhatsApp, this other thing. So this is like literally you can schedule some of your workflows. Dispatch we have seen the schedule, we have seen the connector, we have seen the MD file. MD file means, it's like your, when you follow, let's say email.md, whenever you write an email, you should follow 5 rules. That's it, right? When you work with intern, you say that he do this 5 tasks in this format only, don't do anything else. That MD file is nothing but skill.md, is nothing but you instruct it, is nothing but the text. You put it, insert it, and whenever AI is doing any task, any chat, anything with you interact with Cloud Code, it will go look at the MD file, read all your instruction, then go. There's something called memory. So for example, Diksha is my teammate. I have put that into memory. Okay. So whenever I say Diksha ke liye ye karna hai, it understand, okay, she is a business person, she works with me in so and so role, and we have been having a conversation on so and so thing. So it's a memory is a separate thing. Memory is more like a creating your archetype, personalization as such. Skill.md is more about workflow. Okay. So I am just pausing here. I want to, yes. Story to memory, right? Or okay. So in general, there are something called two things. When you do a projects, let me see if I can zoom in. When you do a zoom in, this is like an MD file, markdown file. So here, for example, let me see where is that. You have given the master instructions. Okay, this is like an instruction given to it. So now if you see, whenever I tell like you need to make a document, proposal and all that, do it in Word document. Okay, this is my instruction. What it means is, next time please don't come and ask me, shall I do it in PowerPoint, shall I do it in Word document? No, do use by default document unless I specifically tell you the PowerPoint present. This is like a MD file example, right? As a company, you do 100 things in same format, same cycle. Just put that and encapsulate into instruction file and make it that into your system. So we have done like crazy stuff in our company. Is like a in HR space, we have put the organization structure, hierarchy, the strength and finder, and like there is something called Gallup's test. So we have used Gallup test for most of our leadership team. Put that into strength, which means someone might be great in communication, someone might be good in executing. So all the assessment is there, instructed in the MD file. And whenever I get a project or a use case, I tell the AI, tell me how should I use my teammates? Because sometimes we are so much biased. Oh, us din bahut acha kiya raha tha. He might be the right guy, but maybe on that day it was a good day for him or lucky for him. But by default, he's not skilled to do that, right? So if you are doing a sales, you might want woo as a characteristic, competitiveness as a characteristic, communication as a characteristic. So if people are good in that, we are making them to be client facing. And we also see that with our data. So those are the structure or use cases we have used internally research. Now I have put that into MD file, and when I use any task or assignment, it's much more clear to them with a clear understanding. It also read email and everything. So those are the caveat there. But memory is something you just say that, hey, like, this is like today we are having a meeting and session with product leader forums. Can you just remember in my memory that I have done the presentation? So this is your example of like putting something in the memory. If I just do that, it will go on the instruction of my caveat saying that Abdul is the CEO, so he does this. He has given the presentation. So it becomes like characteristic kind of thing. But this is not important memory which I want to keep. I mean, like, because all my conversation will start polluting it and saying that, okay, yes, sir. Okay, so let's take an example of one example of workflows. Okay, what do you want to? Let's take what is the workflow you want. You give me any example. Perfect. Now you want that. Let's take an example. One workflow. Every day morning, 9 a.m. Give me a summary. What are the tasks I should be doing based on all the priority conversation you have done? Is it good to say? Go to my emails, read everything. So if you use OpenClaw, you can give access to your WhatsApp as well. So it will read all your WhatsApp chat summary as well. So I don't do that. Little bit. It is too nerdy. It's good, cool stuff as an experimentation, but in daily routine, I'm little bit scared. My wife will call me and say that, what are you speaking to me? So those are the stuff I'm little bit avoiding those as such, but like maybe next quarter when you guys meet me, I might be doing that as well. So keeping her happy every 1 hour saying that good morning, good evening, which I don't do. So yeah, so the thing in general, coming to the workflow aspect of it, right? You come to this schedule, you can say come here, you want like a daily briefing or give me the daily to-do tasks for that day. Okay. So you can read, basically I want a summary from the calendar, inbox, my Jira tasks, my this, that, everything, whatever you have the access or connector with it. Okay. So now you can say that like, check my email, check my any read AI notes, and check my whatever access previous conversation we did. Based on that, every day 9 a.m. please send me the summary to do the task. What task should I be doing it? Okay. Now I can come say that hourly I want this, I want daily, weekly or something. So let's say daily 9 a.m. Save. Done. Ho gaya. So every day morning 9 a.m. it will do summarize. I can instruct, oh please me email also. Send me SMS also. You connect with Twilio or some SMS service provider, give the connector API key. It will start giving SMS every day morning 9 a.m. This was a use case you given me. Okay, but let's take another example or a use case which I do. So, right. 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 Perfect. No. So okay. So let me put it an example of it, right? What does the workflow means? Step of 20 tasks, right? Step of 20 tasks. What we are trying to do over here is, we have a dispatch as one of the capability. We were having a skill as a one capability, connector as a component. Now nothing but dispatch means open the computer, do anything. Connector means go to certain external APIs. So now I want like a, let's take an example. Can you help me go to the read AI from yesterday's meeting of business development, BD stand-ups, and give me the exact 3 or 4 tasks and give that as a summary. Okay, this is what I want. But if I want them to send it to the thing, then I will do the connect. I've already done connector with the email, but as I was saying, I'm okay with doing reading access. Write access may, see, one thing we need to understand, exactly, I do that. That's what I was coming to. Write wala access may, there are 2 things. As a human, what we bring on table is trust. And if we lose out the trust, the value goes off, right? So that is where I want to make sure like I read it and submit it. I have used that way in my so far, but maybe in future. But or for example, within the team, I have instructed that like every of our note will go by AI to that system. So I have kept my trust level, right? It's not like I'm telling and fooling them, saying that I'm doing writing. No. So if you keep the transparency, then it's still fine. So in those situations, you can say that, hey, this is my AI bot. Will come every day, analyze from previous conversation, give you the task. If you can say that, perfect. So then you keep sleeping till 10 a.m. It will do the job for you. Okay, so that's a point. But yeah, going back to the point like submitting it, you can connect with your laptop email service or mail and connect your credential and ask him to write an email for me. It will do that. If not, there will be some connector which can do that. So yeah. So it is possible, right? So for example, there's nothing but whatever you're saying, just do this, talk to AI, it will do. And if it can't do, it will say, hey, look for this connector, it will do for you. So just that as such. In this case, again, if I do the schedule, or if there's something called, this is again nerdy stuff, there's something called Cloud Console. So I use that as well. I am honestly automated few of the workflows in this. But what it does is, this is nothing but cloud on cloud. but it comes with the API cost. It's very expensive. For whenever you feel like this particular workflow worth automating it, and it's okay to spend $20 per month or $10 per month, you should do it. But I avoid because it's sometimes become an expensive thing and not needed as something. But you can still do it. So for example, here you can define your skill dot thing, you can define your files and quick start and so on. Nothing but you will create an agent. Let's say I want to create an agent. You copy paste or take the API key, simple. Take the API key, go to terminal cloud thing, paste that API key saying that this is a Cloud Console API key. Can you create an agent for me, do all this thing, it will do that. So you can instruct that. But it's a coding zone little bit.
Abdul, sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
We are running out of time.
Sure.
Maybe we can take a last question and then we'll set expectation for day 2.
Okay, so let's do one thing. You guys give any one to use cases if you have, I'll show it as such. But then we can, if you have Q&A or ending summary notes, we can plan it. Yeah. Okay. So Appify was a connector. Okay? So I'll give an example. LinkedIn by default is not giving an API key to, let's say, go to your connections, look at the people profile and understand it. By default, LinkedIn doesn't give you. And if you do it with some bot way, it will avoid it or block you for a few days. Okay, something. Or don't, let's say 50 people go and message them and say that, hey, I'm interested in your business, whatever it is. If you're giving this task, so by default, something is not there. Now, if some company decide, I want to do something like this, it will, after a few days, it will get blacklisted, that API or that people's, right? What Appify is, it's a crowdsourced thing. The people like you has created a bots. What bot does is like it creates a Chrome, more like an extension kind of thing. It will mimic like human, open to your LinkedIn account, open to the connections, scrape the data from that HTML, give it to you in the summary format, the ICP thing which you are seeing. So more like that, right? So if I have to do something like this, Appify is like a, let me open that, it's really easy for you guys. This is a web scraping data kind of thing. So if I want to scrape TikTok, I want to scrape Google. So behind the scenes, headlessly, you take the subscription. Now this millions of people, like almost 28,000 plus scrapers are there in the system. So you don't need to know what should I be doing it. अगर आपको Facebook का comment read करना है, let's say thousands of comments, you're an influencer, thousands of comments coming it, give me the summary of it. Like a lot of influencers say, please write in comment who should be our next guest or something. So now no one will read it, thousands of comments. So this actor, what it will do is go to that YouTube, keep scrolling, scraping it, and give you the into Excel format, and then do the intelligence and say that summarization, these are the 5 common problem statement and all. Especially in your product feedback, if thousands of reviews are coming up, this is a good solution to go after. Yeah.
And that's the last question.
Yeah.
So we'll
I will honestly, as a pro user, like at least in my league, a lot of people who are the super pro user, they use Perplexity ka $200 subscription, Cloud ka $200 subscription, ChatGPT is spending at least $2,000 subscription, Appify and all that. And the Perplexity, they use it for 2 major use cases. One use case is the search. Go and look for the thing on the internet scraping, amazing. The beautiful use case which I felt in the Perplexity, there's something called computer agent and the competition. So what it does is like can you tell me who is my pricing researcher for it? Or what should be my next product idea based on the AI and all that? Do the research and all that. And you can select ChatGPT 5.0 or a top model, select Cloud Cut Opus model, select XYZ model. So when you select all the top leaders of the model and ask them to fight with each other, so they will have started having a debate, and they will beautifully, after half an hour, the result or report which will come, it is not intelligently with one model. It has competed and have a conversation. So Perplexity have that feature. Again, it will cost $200. So my use cases are not demanding that. So I avoid those things, and whatever results I get with Cloud, I'm good enough. So, but yeah, but you can use Perplexity for this. Somewhere in Yeah, you can do that. So honestly, there you need to use OpenClaw. OpenClaw is like an open source thing, so you can do anything there. There is Claude में problem ये है कि they will have to work it inside the legal guardrail. So Perplexity it can go, but Perplexity website on the board they have made those scripts saying that you are not allowed to use my website if you are a bot. So robot.txt kind of a file which will be there, right? So those are the files they have put it and given the instruction saying that hey, if you are coming from big LLM company, don't come and do it. So ethically they cannot bypass that. But some of those tasks you can still experiment and do it. But with OpenClaw, since it's an open source thing, dispatch work on steroids can do a lot of things for you there. Yes.
See, as I rightly said, this would be engaging discussion. So what I would request is take his LinkedIn ID. Don't leave him. I have a lot of questions to him. Maybe after this session, let's we want to make in addition.
So yeah, just on the like Rahman, Janoo, Tericsoft, you can search on Google, on cloud, on ChatGPT. You might find me there. So go to the LinkedIn and connect.
See, I have his phone number also, which I am not going to share.
So one thing I have kept unknown number in going in voicemail. So you guys need to pitch me before I take it.
And over there also there could be agentic flow.
Correct. Yeah. So let me summarize so that I understood right. So under the enterprise, there are a lot of internal, external tools, and each of the tool has access control layers. And under each access control layer, different kind of a data you get it. And when you have to make a report or analyzing of it, it's not so easy. That's what you're saying, right? Yeah. Excel sheet, yes, everything is perfect, then it can be there. But again, the only challenge is with the enterprise will not be okay to do it. So you have to do it anonymously in your computer and silently, but OpenClaw is the solution for your problem. The second is within your organization, you need to understand what tools and techniques they are using it. So maybe Copilot and all that might be a good solution to go with. Honestly, it will not be easy to get that answer, but API, cloud API laga ke, you can play with it. So within that organization framework, 80% you will be able to achieve it. Third is you have to go to management and ask for this use case here. You can, honestly, the AI is doing the automation for you. It's opening the browser, everything it's doing. You don't need to even write a single line of code. So RPA jo hai, all the RPA AI is doing for it. So no, I'm saying OpenClaw, when you do that, it will like literally sit on, there will be some library, open source library, it's a hacker, it's not a direct solution for you, but there are hacky way to do that, that's what I'm saying. There are like so many plugins out there in open source, you can start using those. This company will never be able to reveal those or use those. So when you use Anthropic and all that, they're still in that really good guardrail and all legal policy and everything is taken care in there. But when you want to bypass those, if you're not able to get those answers what you're looking for, the OpenClaw is the answer for you.
And I'm pretty sure over tea people would like to catch hold of you for other questions.
Sure, definitely. But was it helpful to you guys or faltu ka kuch bakra tha? But ma'am, I did not able to answer one of your pointer was profitability and all. So, and one was the goals kind of a thing. So we have a OKRs framework internally. Then we do individual